Good morning, everyone. It's Mario from Virtual Window Shop. I just want to make this quick video, let everybody know what's going on, but a lot of stuff has been happening, and I want to bring you guys up to board on everything. So before I start anything, I want to tell you guys that I started a GoFundMe page to create a new program, and the program is going to deal. We're trying to get involved in getting lawyers, getting real developers, getting making this connection between having an app develop and having somebody see it so they can interfere, and to protect consumers. Because I just realized that Abscateer is not the only ones that are committing these crimes. It's almost like an open market. It's amazing to watch because there's so many developers doing this, holding hostage of source codes and developing programs because they know one thing, that you as a consumer have no idea what's happening. So you don't know if AWS is being used correctly because you're not a coder. So they know this. So they use that as a confusing area, pretending that they're doing something because it all looks good on the page. But when they develop something, oh no, it's just total mess. What now? I'm going to mention his name, Nick Burgess. Nick Burgess, and I can say this now because it's not defaming him because we proved it. He stole all our money. He stole every single penny without trying to create anything worth there should have been any app. So they can't say anything to me. Even when the lawyers contacted me, said I need to cease and desist against this man. That I'm saying all these accusations that are wrong, but we're not. We proved it. We showed you it online. We posted it. We said Nick Burgess Abscateer is a scam. They are, and they can come after me for defamation or whatever they want to call it. But it's not defaming if you kept the documents like I did. I showed them. I paid a lot of money to have them inspected. At the end, we found out that they shouldn't have deployed an app. The app was worthless. It was not even used as a what do you call it, as a program you can use as a basic testing mode or anything. It just had nowhere to go. It was just worthless. It's just garbage according to them. And they actually posted down there they should not make apps. So they're the ones that said that. I'm just showing the public about Abscateer. So to this day, he has not made contact. So I'm a veteran, 100% disabled. I went in with my money after I protected this country and did everything I was supposed to. And his retaliation, not just him, but Zachary Cheshire, I mentioned his name too because he's actually part of the system, and being part of the system, he knew that he was delivering garbage and he was delivering something that shouldn't have been deployable. And that was the word I was looking for earlier, that the program they developed was non-deployable. I am not the only one has argued this this uh this problem. There's been other people that contact me have the same issues. They're not getting anything done. And right now, as a matter of fact, we're watching one person develop an app with him. He posted a whole Facebook thing and they said, oh, what? Another 18 months? It's going to take 18 months. No, that is absolutely wrong. And real app developer will not take 18 months. It will take around 8 months. But they're just gaslighting him. They're actually pretending they're building something. And here we have a victim you're about to watch be destroyed. Unless Zachary or whoever's working for the company is watching me right now, they're gonna try to prove and fix it. So we might be helping him. So I hope he gets his app going through. But when we were going through him, they weren't even real. They just took everybody's money and they refused to fix anything or make amends to it. Now he's making all this money. Now he can come back and say, Mr. Roski, we know that we didn't develop your app, so we want to pay you back because we proved it. But he won't. He won't because scum of the earth becomes scum of the earth. And he is scum. I'm just being honest with you. And you can do whatever you want with that. And so as we look at it, we thought that it was just only Abscateer, but this actually goes further. It goes further into different companies doing this. Developing companies from New York. They should have known that this app was not deployable if they were professional. That's Sem Nexus. So what am I saying? I'm saying that if you're developing an app, they're literally waiting for you. There's companies just knowing that you don't know what's happening. But when I look at Sem Nexus from New York, they should have known that this was garbage, because he said to me one time, his name is Marco. Marco, who works for Sem Nexus, has said, wow, I can't believe somebody did all this work. One person. So that means he looked at the code. That means he looked at the source code. And so he had to know that the app was garbage. but they stopped speaking to us once we got the lawyers, and we paid a lot of extra money to have it investigated. After we got that, boy, Sem Nexus just cut us off. They just refused to talk to us. They don't even answer us anymore. It's like, and we're not even blaming them. We're just asking questions. But when they stop answering, then I started getting more suspicious. I go, oh, you know what? They had to know. That's how that happened. They just were not responding back. I even wrote to them. I said, well, I'm not blaming you guys because you guys didn't understand that the app was broken. But now later on, we're looking at it. We're saying they had to know. They had to know that the app was not even fixable. But they went and what they call sprints. And I read one of his essays today, recently by Marco saying about sprints. Don't do them. Don't do sprints. They're just worthless. 2 weeks, and they're taking their time because you're paying sprints and you're waiting on them. And this is a tactic a lot of businesses do. Like, or they're in the internet. Marketing 360 was using this tactic. You pay them $6,000 for marketing, and when you look, they're not doing anything because you already paid them. They're like, oh, we're every 2 weeks we'll do this and that. But they work like 10 minutes out of the day, and then they give you something, and you're paying this money for marketing, and then they move you to the next week, which now you have to pay again to keep that money. And sometimes there's companies that use your money because they're trying to get a bigger company, and they're working more for the bigger company who has more money, and they're using your money to pay for the rest for employees and all this stuff. When I looked at Sem Nexus too, in New York during the time that I went through them, I found an article where they were having a hard time paying their employees. Oh, wow. That's when I went in. I said, that must have been the reason he was frustrated trying to get me to go to them so they can fix the program. But they never fixed it. Another company in India we're looking at right now, we're going to talk highly about her. She's been with us for 5 years. And she fell into the greed too. She's known as, we call her the queen thief of India. So we have lawyers on that one too. So her name is AngelWebpromotion from India. She's been with us for 5 years. Some people said, you should know a company and get to know them a little bit better before you start making these big decisions. She convinced me that she could do a better job than Appsketeer. At the end, we realized she was giving us a basic program, a basic app that didn't meet our standards. We're trying to be a competitive app built, to have a competitive app for our program, which was a book app. And later on, I said we went along, I kept realizing that the program we were trying to create was not what we're asking for. She kept gaslighting everything, moving everything to make it sound like, oh no, we have to go to this before we get to that. It was just getting too suspicious. At the end of the whole thing, this is something a lot of app builders are doing. They'll hold you hostage. They'll hold you hostage for the source code because we wanted to see the source code. Now, this company created an app. The app looks okay. It looks it looks okay. It's usable. It's not like Appsketeer. But the problem with it is we asked for a multi-app usage, meaning we wanted vendors to go in and be able to be part of the program. But she developed a single app for maybe a hobbyist, I said. It has nothing, no scanning capabilities, no competition against the force markets. We want to look at it. So they got upset, and what happened is that they hold our source code hostage. One thing they did is she broke every violation, every rule that Apple has put and GitHub put. You cannot take a program and put it in your system. You have to allow people who are the developers like us to be able to look at that. And what she did, she put a ghost picture, a ghost program, to make it look like they were working and we had access to it. In the end, we realized it wasn't functioning, it wasn't working, and then we realized that, oh God, she has it on her computer. Now she was holding it hostage. We offered many different attempts to solve these issues, and that's coming up. I mean, there's so many. I'm going to show you how wicked rule this whole building app is. It's just amazing how they're able to get away with it. So recently, there's another one we'll be talking about, GitHub. GitHub, I wrote to them. I was able to go in there, and there's a column where you can talk to other developers and see if there's any solutions. So we put that solution to GitHub, and we started talking. We're not bad mouthing. We're just showing that this system exists between Appsketeer and these companies, and they're allowed because they're using GitHub to get through. So GitHub is being used as a tool to manipulate a lot of developer or people who are paying for to develop these apps. They're paying this money to get to be to have success in an app world. But when you have developers that are using all this in their knowledge because they're more knowledgeable about how everything works, they're literally stealing from the public because they're not getting their apps really developed. And there's no protection, man. There's no protection anywhere. You can't even go. Like, I went to the city council in Georgia. You saw that meeting. So we went down there, and I'm going to send them another email because I think what they did is they just took the email and said, okay, we're looking into it. But they're not looking into it because they would have responded back or something, said, oh, sir, we're looking into this, and we're finding all this stuff. Thank you so much. No, they just said we're looking into it to diffuse the situation, diffuse the questioning of Georgia. And this is why I tell people in Georgia, you should not have any app building. Don't have anyone build an app for you in Georgia because if something goes wrong, you can't even sue them because you have to have a license in Georgia to sue them. So you have to hire a Georgia attorney to pursue this law. And what I had to do is hire a lawyer from New York to come down and had to hire another lawyer to sue Georgia to go against Abscateer. And so, who wants to walk into that? And I'm glad now it happened to us because one thing that we're able to do is create this program now that is being known as the Virtual Window Shop Consumer Protection. And with that phase that we're doing now, we're actually developing slowly. It's going to take a long time unless everybody goes to our GoFundMe page and starts supporting us and sending us money so we can develop these ideas. So we have people there are developers from different places helping us out. They've been following us, and I'm going to post all the people, all the lawyers, all the people that we've been dealing with, in case they ripped you off or what stage of the program you're in, developing the program, so you can contact these people. So we're hoping that one day we get all these lawyers that are in different states or where they can practice and what their expertise are, real developers that can come in and question where you fall right now in the app world. So in other words, if you're developing an app right now, what should you expect? And so we need those voices from the experts to come in and talk to us. We already have a lot of people lined up. We're going to talk to them, hoping we can create this one program. So, but I do need more money because I spend a lot of money trying to follow the dream, as many of you guys have. At the end now, I'm not pursuing no more apps. It's just too much. I think there's no protection for the consumer. GitHub now sent me a letter and actually kicked me out of the program because I questioned how a developer can take your app and move it to their GitHub instead of using ours. I said, so is there anything we can do? There were legit questions, but GitHub, protecting the thief, they went in there and they kicked me out because they didn't like the language that I was using, and I was being very professional. There has to be a solution. I'm writing to GitHub right now, and GitHub, I'm telling them, I'm trying to explain to them that we need to have a solution to work together to stop this madness, to stop people from stealing from consumers. There should be some kind of outlet to allow the consumer to look and know that this company is going in the right direction. And that's what I'm trying to create right now. So we're creating something new. And what we're creating now is we're going to make sure that if you're going into one company and develop your program, we want to be able to look and give you advice and see what they're doing and what to ask, what are the right questions, and not be afraid to ask for your source code and everything they're building for you, because a lot of companies just lined up to steal from you. Like I said, this is about Abscateer, but I'm bringing you up a date on all the stuff that happened. If you look down below, I hope you guys can subscribe and just look at my GoFundMe page, make it blow up. We want to create this new protection for app developers and people who have dreams, because it seems that these companies have found a way to take your money, and they take your money and they're not going to produce anything, or you have no control of it, and it's time to change that system. It's time. So Actually, to talk about, we actually wrote to the states in Georgia, attorney generals, and I'm going to explain to everyone what happens when you explain to the attorney general. Zero, nothing. They protected. But if you steal luggage from Beyonce's suitcase, like that's what happened in Georgia, the story of the king thief in Georgia who stole her suitcase. Boy, he was prosecuted with no, like he literally was prosecuted because you have money and they have power for a suitcase because they said that he stole her songs that were not released yet, but he never released them online, so that was never proven. But they took that guy to the highest court, like they really made a mockery of him, and then they titled him the king thief of Georgia. I have other people who should be the king thief of Georgia, and that should be Zachary, and that should be the owner, Mr. Nicholas Burgess, NJB. That's what he wrote to me one day. He goes, because he was mad. He says, NJB, I'm going to share that letter with you guys one day. When he gets upset, he gets upset, you know. But like I said before, there's nothing you can do about it because we have the proof. It's not defaming him. It's because we've proven that he is a thief. He stole from a veteran. He stole from other veterans as well. He's actually stealing from veterans. And when the app doesn't go the way the consumer wants it, he should get all his money back, all of it. But people are afraid, to go all the way because he knows that they can't ask for much, so he gives them a percentage back. No, you failed. You should give all the money back, and because it's not going that way. And the only chance they got is to get a portion of their money back, which is sad. They're forced to go into that system. Go, I have to get something back. I lost, but he should pay everyone back their money. So anyway, guys, I want to say thank you. I'm going to start sharing the videos. Watch the videos where I talk about GitHub, Angel Web program. Right now we're suing them. We have lawyers in India, and I want to place the names of the lawyers in India who are helping us in case you have a deal in India. And all this is exciting. It's on you for us. But I spent a lot of money trying to chase a dream too. But something came out of it, and what came out of it is what I'm doing right now, and hoping to develop this new idea of protection. Because we're about to write the letters to the Senate, write letters to Congress. I might even write a letter to the White House and say, "Hey, do you know this is happening? There's no one's inspecting these people. They're just writing contracts that are just made to steal from everyone." Now, I can't put everyone down in Georgia because there are probably legit builders there. But if they were legit builders, they should join us. They should sign up and say, "Hey, we're with you. We want to stop this madness from fake developers, from people who think they can develop." And the way I told India, I told the legal system there, because we wrote to India's government, and we told them, I said, India has a lot of potential. They get backlash because of all the scams that happen there. They're leading the way in app development. They're leading the way. But to find people who destroy that, when you have a person who studied, who went to school for it, who trying to be part of this new technology to building apps, and then you have a scammer who fakes it and goes in there and steals, it harms India's economic structure more than helping it, because India right now has a bad view of so many scams happening through it. And not all the India scammers. They have great developers, and so does Georgia. But the only reason you shouldn't go to Georgia again is because you have no protection in developing apps. And as long as they keep, and I'm proof, and we're putting it all together. Guys, thank you for watching me, man. I know this is a long video, but I just wanted to tell you I'm back. We're about to start doing more documentary stuff. But right now, Nick Booger stole money from veterans. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.